friends and Assalamualaikum. Welcome to my channel. I'm your designing developer. My name is Inshal Beg. I am a full stack developer and graphic designer. Today I will show you how to build one TikTok clone in React.js, and I hope you will also enjoy this clone like I'm doing all previous clones of React.js and previous projects of Python, React.js and many other things which I have just uploaded on my channel. So now we'll be starting with our TikTok clone project. So first of all, for building TikTok clone, like previously we have also built a one TikTok like I've shown you, so you can check that out to learn like how to build one TikTok clone. Then you can just come and make this TikTok clone with which we are making in React.js, because it will be also really helpful for you in future. So just make that. Now you can see we have just built this TikTok clone. So first of all, we are just getting the heading of that, you can say navbar, in which we are just getting a TikTok logo here in the first. Then after it, we are also getting our search box here. You can just search any of your account which you are just having, and then you can just also upload the things by going to upload and then upload that. But here you have to just sign up and log in to just upload anything. So here if I press login, you can see beautifully our login page has been appeared, and here you can see there underneath this written like you don't have an account, sign up. So you can just sign up if you are not having these account which is just here, or if you are having your email account, Facebook account, Google account, Twitter or Apple account or Instagram account. So you can just log in with that also, but I'll be simply sign up here, so I can show you the sign up page also how it will be just looking at. So press that sign up now. Then you can see the sign up page has been just appeared. If you press that, so it will be also asking you to just sign up with things which you want to. So here if I press use phone or email, so it will be asking your month, day, year, and then it will be also asking your phone number code, like in which country you are living. So just write the phone number code there. Then you have to just write your phone number after that, and then when you will be just writing your phone number, you have to just write the 4-digit code which will be just sending to your phone when you will be just creating that phone number when it will be just created. So it will be sending you 4-digit code, and you have to just type that and press next. So it will be just now login. Then it will be asking you to log in, so just log in, press that, and then you can just use the same email and phone number which you are just using previously, and then you can just log in that. So you can see how good is this to make this TikTok clone here. So if I just show you at the top, you can see there are many of the people which are just using TikTok, and here we are also getting the names of them. You can see if I scroll down, then we are also getting many of the TikToks here. So you can just use any of the TikTok to work with. So here you can see how cool it is looking and how useful is that to just work with these things. So here we'll be just building that. So for building this TikTok clone, first of all you have to just open like Firebase here. So I'll be just going here, but before that we have to just make our React app. So here now I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be going to my search box, and then here I'll be writing CMD, or you can say command prompt you can write also. So here in the short form you can say CMD. So here because of that I'm writing CMD. Then when you've done with that things, I'll be simply pressing enter, and you can see our command prompt has been just opened. So when you've just opened that, you will be just having these commands. So now here I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be opening zoom in that, so you can see the codes which I'm just writing here. So when you've done with that, just you have to do one thing now, right here like CD means you have to define the location where you have to just store your like React app which you are making. So simply I'll be defining the location of local disk E. Then I'll be coming underneath, and you can see it is just not coming because with the CD I have defined that, and when you're defining local disk, so you don't have to just write any of the command in the starting. Just you have to write your disk name and press enter, and write semicolon after that, then simply press enter, and you can see the local disk E has been just appeared automatically. Now you have to just write your React app name, but first of all we have to just create that, and for creating that we are having many of the commands. So here I'll be coming and writing npx. So just write that npx create -react -app. So like I'm telling you previously also, like npx is a command from which you can just create your React app or folder, and npm is a command from which you can just run your React app or folder in your default browser like Google Chrome, Opera, or you can also use Internet Explorer and Microsoft Edge to work with. But my opinion is to not use Internet Explorer because it is an old version browser there. If you just use that, so you will be not getting too much good quality and graphics of the clone which you are making, like TikTok clone which we are making. And if you run that on Internet Explorer, so you will be not getting so much good quality and graphics which you have to just look at your TikTok clone. So just use any other Google Chrome like Opera, or you can also use Microsoft Edge. It is also a good browser to just work with. So you can see we have just written till here like npx create React app. So here you will be thinking like when I'm just creating one app or when I am creating React Redux app or React Native app. So here I am just writing simply npx create React app. So why I'm just writing npx create React app? So the answer of that is like I'm writing npx create React app because here we have to just create a React app, and in every React name we are getting the name of React. Obviously, like in React.js we are getting React name, in Mud with the R we are getting React.js name, and in React Redux also we are getting React name, and React Native also we are getting React name. So because of that, these all React apps are related to React. So because of that, I have to just write React app to just create. So if I want to just create my clone, which we are making in, you can say in Mud. So if I'll be writing that to like Tik Tok and write clone. So like that I will be writing when I have to just create in React.js. Like we are creating in React.js, so you have to just like write that. And if you are creating in Mud, so write Mud. And if you are creating in React Redux, so just write that React Redux simply. And if you want to create in React Native, so just come here, write React dash native. So like that. So till here we are just creating in React.js. So I will be writing clone. And take care of one thing when you are writing TikTok. Only I'm telling for them what is making TikTok here. So when you're making TikTok, so after tick you have to just write dash and then you have to write talk, because here it is a different word. So because of that you have to just write dash. If you don't do that, so it will be create a normal clone and you will be can't like understanding like it is a normal clone or it is any other clone. So just take care about that. And simply now here I'll be pressing enter, so it will be just creating and take some time or take some minutes to just create that. Press enter now and you can see it is just waiting, and then it will be just installing in some of the seconds. So simply when it will be just installing, I'll be just minimizing my window of command prompt, and if I show you here, so you can see simply it is installing here. It has been installed some of the packages which we'll be needing to work with, like it has installed some of the 67 in 10 seconds. Okay, 67 packages in 10 seconds. There it is creating a new React app in TikTok clone with the help of that. So it will be also telling you the location where it is making. Then it will be showing you the packages which it will be just using to work with, like React, React DOM, React scripts, and many of the template which we'll be needing to work with. So here it is also fetching the data and now work with that. So here we will be also using Firebase for that, because here we have to just link with TikTok, so we can just upload our things in our TikTok clone which we are building. If you are not using Firebase, so you can't just upload anything in your TikTok clone, so just use that and then you can just upload anything. Or if you want to just add a good quality feature, like you can also post in that, so you can do that. Means not the simple post of pictures, like you can also write description or anything like that. So you can also just add that with the help of Firebase, going to post, and just you can open your phone number or email and password post to just work with. So I'll be just opening that and I'll be showing you how to do. So simply I'll be just minimizing this window because it will be taking some minutes to just install that. So just I'll be doing that, and now here I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be pressing this plus icon to just make a new tab. Then I'll be just doing one thing here. We are just working with Firebase, so I'll be writing firebase.google.com, or simply when you'll be writing Firebase, so it will be showing you the window at the Google, so you can press that to work with. So here I'll be pressing get started button to just start that. And if you are just using Firebase first time, so you'll be not having these projects which I am having, because here I've just created many of the clones previously on my channel and I've just used many of the projects. So here I will be not working with these email because it is just full of projects and I have not any of the space to just make any other project. So here because of that I'm using my another email. So you can also just use another email here if you are just having many of the projects in your previous email, because here it will be not contains these many of the projects which you have to create. It is just limited project which you can just create in your Firebase console. So because of that, it's not just really heavy to just create many projects. You can also just made a demo project if you don't know, and if you are making first time like how to make a Firebase project, but I'll be just showing you till beginner to advanced like how to build that. So simply you have to press add project button, then it will be taken to your project and it will be asking you to just write your project name which you are making. So I'll be writing TikTok clone simply, so it will be just easy to just go. So here I'll be there. Okay, so my name Randa, just I'll be moving forward and then right here like dash clone, and you have to do just continue button, you have to just press, so we can just move forward and now we can just work with our clone. So just press that now. Then here it will be just taken to second page in which it will be asking to just open your Google Analytics for your Firebase project here. So here you have to just open that, because if you not open, so you will be not containing these features like A/B testing, user segmentation and targeting across Firebase products. Then you will be also not containing predicting user behavior and these things also. So just because of that, you have to just enable this Google Analytics for this project. If you disable, you can see everything is having cross icon before that. You can see that. So here, because of that, I'm telling you to just open that here. So just open. So you can see now there is written like 2 of 3 steps. So like I've told you previously also, when we were building Firebase project, like there were 2 steps only here. Because of another step just is coming because of the hackers, and I'll be telling you why it is after this. So you can see we have just created that. Now simply I'll be pressing continue to just move on. Then you can see this is the last project, means this is the last step which we'll be just working with, and like I've told you previously why it is. So here I'll be just selecting the account. So here it will be asking you to select a default account. So I'm telling you like why this Google Analytics configuring now account. So previously in like 2018 or like 17, there were not any of the like configure Google Analytics account. Means you can't just analytics your account. You can't just configure your account. So this feature was not there. There were just only 2 steps to just write your project name, then open your Google Analytics and just move on. Then it will be create your project. But here the third steps come in 2018, because here you can say in 2018 it was just come out the like in 2017 last month, you can say December, there were some of the hackers come, like hackers community come, and they want to just hack this Firebase here. So they can just they can access to their codes, and they can access to their project which they are just building, like many of the clones and many of the project with Firebase just make with the help of that. It will be also taking the data of the customer who are just working with Firebase. So because of that, they just come with another step, like you have to just configure your Google Analytics account so hacker cannot hack that. So because of that, just previously when it was just not having any of the configure Google, so there were not any of the Firebase account. So here it will be asking to just default account for Firebase, means just select your account. If you're not having, so it will be thinking like you are a hacker, and it will be not take into moving forward. So you will be just understanding. So like that you will be just now not moving forward. So because of that, you have to just make a account of that, or here if you are having that, so select a default account for Firebase here. So simply I'll be selecting a default account, so I can just move on in that. And if you're not having that, you can just automatically create a new property in this account also if you're just having. Okay, so here simply I'll be doing one thing, like you can also just read this section here if you want to, because it will be really helpful for you if you're just beginner here. So simply I'll be pressing create project to just move forward now. So you can see now it is creating our project which we'll be needing to work with. So it will be just take not some of the time, it will be take some of the seconds to just install that things. And now you can see it is providing resources and many things. So if I move on, so you can see our this TikTok clone folder has been also ready. So simply I'll be closing this command prompt now, because I know just where I've just stored this folder. So simply till it is just installing, this means it is downloading. So I'll be opening my VS Code, because here I'll be working with my VS Code. If you are using any other text editor like Atom, or you can also use Sublime Text or any other brackets, so just you can work with that also, because that are really also helpful like things which will be helpful for you. So here I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be going to file, pressing open folder, then simply selecting local disk E, and just I'll be finding my folder which I have just created. So if I just scroll down here, and here if I just go to the top, you can see that we are just having our folder here which we have just created, which is called TikTok clone. So simply I'll be selecting this folder and press select folder button to just move on. Press that now, and you can see you have just opened your folder of TikTok clone. You can see that, and how cool looking is that you are containing many of the folders and file in that also. So simply I'll be closing this folder now. Then I'll be just doing one thing, like I'll be opening to Google Chrome, then I'll be continuing with this project. Now there is a main thing which you have to just do here. You have to also make an app of that. So just press this web icon which is just after this Android, press that, then it will be just disabling your input box, then it will be just enabling that. So here you have to just write your app name which you have to build. So simply write the same name which you are just using of your project. So just write that TikTok clone. So you can also use any other clone. I'm not telling you to just write the same name, but I'm just writing so I can remember. But if you are just remembering writing another name, so it will be good for you. So just write another name also if you want to. So here you have to don't do anything and press register app, because it is a URL when you will be just hosting your React app in your local host. So simply I'll be registering our app, and you can see it will be having a 4 steps here which will be just asking you after that. So now it is asking to just paste that things into your bottom of your body tag, so in the your app.js file. But I'll be not doing, because here I don't need of these things. I'm not using post. If you're using post in Firebase, post means like you can just post anything here, like message when we are just making chatting app here. So I've just shown you how to just post that. So you can tell that how to just post. You can just write that and you can work with that. But I'm not using any of the posts, so because of that I'm not using this Firebase SDK also. But if you want to just paste that still there, so you can do that, because it will be nothing happens if you do that still. So here I'll be doing one thing now. Simply I'll be pressing next here. So now it will be just asking to install Firebase tools, and it is also given the command how to just install that. Copy this here, because it is really important to just install our Firebase tools in our terminal. Copying that, or you can also press this icon to just copy. Then when you've done with that, just you can also, if it is doesn't work, so you can just go to Firebase CLI reference, or you can also just go to your help center and help with that and see what is just happening here. And you can also just open your npm permissions, like in some of the computer when we just working with React, so this Firebase tool just not work because npm permission was closed. So you can just open that, and if you don't know how to just open, so you can just go here and check that out, like how to open npm permissions. So here I'll be just pressing next to just move on, and now it will be just asking like if you want to just deploy a Firebase hosting, so you can just go and you can Firebase, you can log in that, then you can just go, write Firebase init tag, then Firebase deploy. But I'll be hitting off these things in the last, and I'll be not writing only this, I'll be just writing to deploy that. So simply I'll be pressing continue to console. So you can see now our work has been done. So the last thing which we have to just do here, like I'll be opening my authentication tab, then you have to just do one thing, press get started button here, and then it will be just taking you the authentication page, like you can just enable any of the authentication which you are working with. So we have to just work with this email password, like I've shown you in the login page, we are working with email password. So here I'll be enabling both things of email password and pressing save here. So you can see now enable email password enabled, you can see at the corner there is, and it is also just having an enable status. So now it is just good. So you can go to users, and if you want to just add any user here, you can also do that. If you are just working with real-time database or file store database, you can just also do that. And if you want to just store anything here by using storage, you can do that. But I'll be not doing simply things, so I'll be now minimizing that here. Then we are just on our Visual Studio Code in which we'll be working with. So here I'll be now opening my like folder here which we have just opened that. So here I'll be opening my folder, and then you can see in this folder we are just containing some of the 3 folders again. Now we have to work with these 3 folders, but the main folder which we are working with this source folder. But before that I have to just telling you the all 3 folders, and it is really important to understand these 3 folders, what it does and what it is containing. So first of all I'll be opening this node modules folder, and you can see this node modules folder contain many of the folders or dirs, you can say, in that also. So these all folders which we are containing in node modules are packages, libraries, and many other things, like it is also the providing tools. You can say it is providing tools here, or package or library which just helps you to just run your React app in localhost, and it is also containing some of the small languages like Babel, React Redux or JSX. So you can also work with that here if you are using JSX, which is a Google Chrome command for just working in your Google Chrome. And there are also testing libraries provided which just helps you to just work with your testing things. But here we don't need of testing libraries, like I've told you, because testing files are not really important to work with. In some of the clones we will be working with testing libraries or testing files, but in that I'll be not working, because in Tik Tok clone there is not any of the thing related to testing libraries. So here we are also containing TypeScript and many other things, like you can also just contains any of the other plugins which you are working with. So plugins mean like your tag, when you write your tags automatically it's created. So these are the plugins here, and then the color theme which we are just using. So these are all provided node modules here, and just take care about that if you are not having your node modules after creating a folder or dir or file. So it will be just really problem, because this is the main folder which you have to work with, and if you just not having that, so your React app will be not run here. So when you've done with that, now I'll be closing this node modules folder, because I hope you understand what is in that. Now I'll be just opening terminal, and I will be showing you the step how to just install this node modules if you're not containing still when you have just download your React folder or dir or file. So for installing your node modules here, simply you have to just come in your terminal. Just you don't have to select any location, because it will be automatically select the location of your folder. So simply I'll be coming here and then writing that to like npm install. So just write that, or you can also write npm I if you just not want to just write full form of that. Then here I'll be writing npm install dash This is not called dash, this is called end. So here when you will be pressing shift and 7, so this will be coming, and you have to press 2 times, so 2 end will be just coming here. Then just write here npm start. Now you have to just understand what it means. So now here it means like, first of all, it will be just installing with the help of npm install, means it will be installing your node modules in your folder. Then after this end, like then it will be just running your node modules here, and it will be running your whole of the React app here. Means npm start, it will be running your React app in localhost, so it will be automatically install that, then it will be automatically run that in your default browser. So you can see how useful is this shortcut to just install this node modules folder. Now I'll be closing this panel because I hope you understand how to just install this node modules folder here. Now just close that. Now simply I'll be just doing one thing now. Here I'll be opening the public folder, the second folder which we are just having after node modules. In this folder you will be containing some of the logos of React. If I show you here, you can see one is the small, then second is big, and third one is really big. So you can see we are containing 3 logos of React, and here we are also containing 2 files which is called manifest.json and robot.txt. So just not care about these both files, because these both files contain some of the codes which just helps you to just work with your logos which you are having in your public folder, and it also helps you to just run your React app in localhost. So we don't have to just working with that, and you have to don't do anything about that. So here simply I'll be moving to my index.html file here. So I hope you understand, like these are the React files and these are manifest.json and robot.txt what it does. So I'll be zoom in, so see, you can just see my codes which I have just written here. I have just not written that, it is just coming randomly. So here in this index.html file you will be containing some of the codes here, you can see, in which it will be just written some of the codes here, like it will be just linking your favy icon.ico, like this is the logo here which is just linked with that, and the second one logo is also which is called logo192.png. here you can see it is just also linked with your Apple Touch icon file. So here now you will be thinking like, why this logo 512.png is not linked with that? So the answer of that is like, because here this logo is really big enough, you can see, and there is not really space, so just we can just take this logo and work with that. So because of that this logo is not here. So when you're done with that, just now I'll be closing this, so just you have to close this here. So now when you're done with that, now here if I just open my index.html file, so in that you will be also containing codes. Just take care about that you don't delete any of the code here. If you just do that, so it will be given error. Just you can erase this comments which is just coming, but don't erase any of the code or tag, because if you do that, so it will be given error and your React app will be not running. So take care about that. Simply I'll be going to file and pressing save icon. Now the last folder, which is a really important folder here, which we have to just understand, which is called source folder. So I'll be just opening simply the source folder now. In this source folder you will be containing some of the like React things, you can see that, which we are just containing, and this React thing just helps you to just run your React app here. Means you can just write your codes here to just run your React app and work with that. So you can see in this things. So here we are just containing app.js, you can see that app.css we are containing. We are also containing app.test.js, we are containing index.css, index.js, logo .svg, report web vitals.js, and setup test.js. So these all files are really important here, but there are 3 files which we don't have to just work with. Like when I'm just understanding you like what is node modules and when you can just work with that. In that we are getting a testing libraries option, you can see here also we are getting. So I'm deleting some of the files of testing library which are just in source folder. So one file is the setup test.js, second one is logo.svg, and third one is app.test.js. So this logo.svg is not a test file here, it is a logo of React. Basically you can see that it is a logo of React, but it is not showing here, it is a link of logo of React, you can see that. So here you will be thinking like, why I'm deleting the logo from here and why I am not deleting the logo from public folder, it's also contain the logo of React. So the answer of that is like, this logo.svg which we are containing in source folder is in source folder, and in source folder we have to write codes here, and in public folder we don't have to just write any codes, and in this source folder we are using our own logo of Tik Tok. So why I've just used this React logo, so because of that I'm deleting. And in public folder it is also linked with index.html file, our logos of React, so I can't just delete that from here, but if you want to delete you can do that. So simply now I'll be deleting these 3 files like I've shown you how to just delete. So just press right click on that and press delete option to just delete, and you can see all the files has been deleted. So just go to web.js file now and simply have to erase all the things which is just written in the in this div text. So just I'll be pressing backspace to just delete all things. Now when you're done with that, simply I'll be just doing one thing now. Just you have to now is this import option also, because now this logo.svg file has been deleted from our like folder. So here I'll be backspacing that, then I'll be pressing backspace here also, so it can just go to the top. Then I'll be just coming here, and first of all I'll be writing that to like navbar, writing that to like class, and here I'll be writing array. So when I'm done with that, just I'll be now closing that, and here I'll be writing that to like media dot app dot array. So when I'm done with that, just now I'll be closing that tag here. Then I'll be just coming here and writing that to a tag which will be like as array, and then I'll be writing that to like navbar. Now here I'll be closing that, and before that I'll be just doing one thing now, write floor here. So when you've done with that, just I'll be now writing floor, so just write that, and just write here like dot app class. So just write that thing, so just come here and write that. So when you've done that, just close here simply. Then I'll be just coming here, and then I'll be writing that to like array, and write that to a tag which will be like react equal, and write redux. Then here I'll be closing and writing that to like redux dot floor, and write here like another tag which will be array. So when you've done that, now I'll be closing here, coming underneath, and then I'll be changing that to a tag which will be just like here I'll be writing area. Then I'll be moving forward, changing that to like area equal react. Then I'll be closing this, and then I'll be writing a curly bracket, writing floor. After that I'll be creating a tag which will be react dot area. So here I'll be now closing this curly bracket here. Then I'll be just moving forward and then coming underneath here, and when you're done with that, just I'll be now changing that to a tag which will be just like react, and here I'll be just moving forward after that and changing that to react, which we have just already done. I'll be writing redux equal area. When you're done with that, now here I'll be just writing a tag which will be just like random dot, and I'll be writing that to another tag which will be just like navbar dot floor. So just now I'll be closing this, and when you're done with that, just now I'll be coming underneath here, writing that to like media. Then I'll be writing that to a tag which will be just like random, and I'll be writing equal to floor. So when you're done with that, just I'll be now coming here and writing floor dot, change that to a tag which will be random dot media. Then I'll be closing this tag here, simply coming underneath and writing that to a tag which will be just like address, and I'll be just moving forward there, changing that to like navbar equal. And when you're done with that, just I'll be writing that to like another tag which will be like media. So if I do that here, I'll be now closing that, then I'll be making a curly bracket again. I'll be writing here like array dot floor, and I'll be writing dot, change that to like address. Then I'll be just closing this curly bracket here, coming underneath here, and then I'll be just doing one thing like just write that to element. So just write that now. So then I'll be just moving forward there and changing that to a tag which will be like app equal app, and I'll be closing, and then I'll be changing to a curly bracket, writing that to like app dot floor dot element. Then here I'll be writing that to like floor dot address. Then here I'll be now closing this curly bracket here. So when you're done with that things, here I'll be now coming, writing that to like app element. So just write that, and here I'll be writing equal to element again. So when you've done with that, now I'll be closing this bracket here, and then I'll be writing this curly bracket here again. Then when you've done with that things, here I'll be just changing that to a tag which will be like media. So just I'll be changing that to like media dot, change that to a tag which will be array dot floor. So just I'll be writing that, and when you've done with that, just change that to app. So when you've done with that, I'll be closing this like bracket which we are working with. Then I'll be going to file, simply pressing save icon here. Then when you've done with that, just I'll be now doing one thing like I'll be opening now my app.css file, and here I'll be deleting all the things in that, because I'll be using my own styling to just style in app.css. Now here I'll be just deleting this two line, also saving that here, going to index.css file now, and I'll be just erasing margin from the top, because I don't want any margin at the top here. So just I'll be writing this bracket, which means like you're defining all the things in your JS file or in your HTML file if you're working with that. So here I'll be writing margin 0, because I don't want any margin, like I'm telling you. Save that here by pressing save button, and it is good to go. So it is good. So I'll be just closing that here, going to app.js file, and here when you've done with that things, now I'll be just coming here again. Then here I'll be just moving to my app.css file, and then I'll be just writing this tag, which means like you're defining all the things in your like folder in your app. So here I'll be doing one thing like in your app.js. So here I'll be coming and pressing enter. If you're working with HTML, so it means like you're all defining all the things in your HTML file. So here I'll be writing now margin 0 pixel, write that to like padding, which should also be 0 pixel, and when you're done with that, here I'll be writing that to like box size in border box, and here I'll be writing like justify content, which should be in center, and here I'll be writing that to a tag, which should be like align items in center, and when you're done with that thing, here I'll be writing display block, create that to like text align in center, but before that I'll be just coming here and then writing that. Then I'll be writing that to a tag which will be like float into left, change that to a tag which will be like on style normal. So just I'll be writing that, write that to a tag which will be like text justify inherit. Then I'll be writing that to like font size which will be 14 pixel, create font weight it should be 500, and when you're done with that thing, here I'll be writing font family which will be like Mont Serif. So here I'll be writing that comma sans serif. So just when you're done with that thing, now I'll be just doing one thing like here I'll be writing that to like border should be one big solid white, and when you're done with that thing, just I'll be writing that to like border color which should be white, and here I'll be just writing that to like color which will be black. So just I'll be writing that, and when you're done with that thing, here I'll be writing border radius 10 pixel, and here I'll be writing that to a tag which will be like border left 100 pixel, create that to like border right 100 pixel, and when you're done with that thing, here I'll be writing border top 100 pixel, and when you're done with that, now just I'll be writing border bottom which will be 100 pixel, and here I'll be writing that to a tag which will be like border style none, and here I'll be writing that to a tag which will be like border width 100 pixel, create a tag which will be like line height which will be 100 pixel, and here I'll be writing border none, and here I'll be just doing one thing like here I'll be writing that to like outline none, and when you're done with that thing, just I'll be writing that to like list style which will be none, and write that to like list style type which will be none. So when you're done with that thing, here I'll be writing that to like flag direction column, create flag tab which will be tab reverse, and here I'll be writing that to like flag flow column, create flag spaces content, then I'll be writing that to like flag scroll inherit, and then I'll be writing flag shrink inherit. So when you're done with that, just I'll be now writing direction inherit. So just I'll be writing that. So when you're done with that things, now just I'll be writing background white, and here I'll be changing that to like background color which will be white. So when you're done with that, now just I'll be writing background position which will be in center, and here I'll be also changing that to a tag which will be like background position dash x which will be in center, and here I'll be writing that to like background position dash y which will be in center. So when you're done with that things, now just I'll be writing that to a tag which will be just like background attachment which will be fixed, and here I'll be also writing that to a tag which will be like background size cover. So when you're done with that, now just I'll be writing that to like background repeat which will be repeat, and then I'll be writing that to like background clip content box create background origin. So just I'll be changing that to like background origin which will be content box, but before that I have to just correct the spelling here. Then I'll be just writing, then I'll be changing that to like background blend mode which will be color bar. So when you're done with that thing, just I'll be now writing that to like background image, and here I'll be writing the URL which should be just like background.jpg. So when you're done with that thing, just I'll be closing here. So when you're done with that, just I'll be saving now. Then I'll be coming underneath writing that to like nav index which should be current, and then here we have done that all thing. Just I'll be now writing nav left which will be now current. Then here when you're done with that, just I'll be now writing nav right which should be now current. So here when you're done with that, just I'll be now doing one thing like here I'll be writing nav up which should be current, create that to like nav down which should be current, and here I'll be writing padding which should be like 15 pixel, create padding left which should be like 15 pixel, here I'll be writing that to like padding right 15 pixel, create padding top. So just I'll be writing that which should be 15 pixel, create that to like another tag which should be like padding bottom 15 pixel, and here I'll be writing that to like another tag. First of all I'll be coming here writing that to like margin which should be 10 pixel, create margin left which should be 10 pixel, and then if I just do that, so just write that to like margin right 10 pixel and write that to like margin top 10 pixel, and when you're done with that, just I'll be now writing margin bottom 10 pixel. So when you're done with that thing, just I'll be saving that by pressing save button, go to app.js file, and then here we have to just not work with class, because first of all we have to define the body tag, and after body tag we'll be just working on our class. But before that I'll be creating some of the class here so I can work with that. Now I'll be just coming here, writing that to a tag which should be like global, then I'll be writing a tag which will be like here here we have done with that. So here I'll be now writing media equal, then when you've done with that things, here I'll be now coming and writing script, so just write that. And here I'll be just doing one thing now. Before that I'll be coming here and importing here like script from script, closing that, and I'll be importing import react from react readers. But before that here I'll be coming and writing that readers. So when you've done that, close here, and I'll be pressing backspace, then coming here and closing that, and here I'll be writing that to like script dot floor dot array dot app, but here I'll be writing address, then I'll be closing that. So when you're done with that thing, here I'll be just moving forward now. Then when you're done with that, saving that here, moving to app.css file now, then I'll be just coming underneath and then writing a body tag. In body tag we don't have to just write dot because it is not a class and it is a tag, and when we are writing tag, so we have to just only write our tag name which we are defining. So here I'll be writing body tag name, so here I'll be writing body, justify content center. Here if I just move to top, okay, so everything is perfect, so I can just move down and work with that. So here I'll be writing align items which should be in center, create that to like display which should be of block, and here I'll be just doing one thing, like here I'll be writing text align center, I'll be writing that to like float in left, and here I'll be also writing that to like box sizing border box, then write that to like font style normal, and when you're done with that, just I'll be writing that to like text justify inherit, and when you're done with that, just I'll be coming underneath writing font size which will be 15 pixel, create that to like font weight which will be 500, and I'll be writing that to like font family which will be like font serif which will be comma sans serif, and when you're done with that thing, here I'll be writing border one big solid white, and here I'll be writing that to like border color which should be white, and here I'll be also writing that to like color which should be black, so just I'll be writing that to like black, then I'll be writing that to a tag which will be just like border radius which will be 10 pixel, create border left 100 pixel, and here I'll be writing that to like border right which will be also 100 pixel. So when you're done with that, just I'll be writing border top which will be 100 pixel, and then I'll be writing that to like border bottom which will be 100 pixel. So when you're done with that thing, here I'll be writing border style none, and writing that to a tag which will be like border width 100 pixel, then I'll be writing line height which will be 100 pixel, and here I'll be writing width 100 pixel, create height which will be 100 pixel. So I have to check one thing here, like if I move to top, okay, so there is one problem coming, like here we have not written width 100 pixel, create here like height 100 pixel. So when you've done with that, just saving that here, and now it is good. So now I'll be just coming underneath here, then I'll be just writing that to like border which will be none, then here I'll be writing that to a tag which will be like outline none, create list style which will be none, and here I'll be also writing that to like list style type which will be none. So when you're done with that things, here I'll be writing flex direction which will be like column. So here I'll be writing that to a tag which will be like flex wrap which will be wrap reverse, and here I'll be writing flex flow which will be like column, create that to like flex spaces content, and when you're done with that, just I'll be now changing that to a tag which will be like flex grow inherit, and when you're done with that thing, here I'll be writing flex big inherit, create that to like direction which will be inherit, and then I'll be writing that to like background now which should be white, and here when you're done with that things, here I'll be now writing background color white, and then when you're done with that thing, just I'll be writing background position which should be now in center, and when you're done with that things, now here I'll be just doing one thing, like here I'll be now writing that to like background position dash x which should be in center, and here I'll be writing that to like background position dash y in center. And when you've done with that thing, simply I'll be coming underneath, writing that to like background attachment, which should be like fixed. So here I'll be writing that. And when you've done with that thing, just I'll be writing that to like background size now. So I'll be writing that which should be cover. And here I'll be writing that to a tag which should be just like background clip. Content box, create background origin, which should also be content box. And when you're done with that, just I'll be now writing that to a tag which will be just like this. And here I'll be writing background repeat, which should be repeat. And here I'll be now coming underneath, writing that to like background blend mode. So here I'll be writing that. So when you're done with that, just I'll be writing that to like color band. So here I'll be writing that to like background image, which should be having the URL. And in that I'll be just writing here like background. And if I just move to top, so you can see there is written background. So here I'll be writing background 1.jpg. So when you're done with that, just now here I'll be writing like nav index current. And here I'll be also writing that to like nav left, which should be current. Write that to a tag which will be just like nav right current. And here I'll be also changing that to a tag which will be like nav up current. And when you're done with that, simply I'll be coming underneath, writing nav down, which will be current. So when you've done with that thing, now here I have to do one thing, coming underneath, writing here like padding, which will be 14 pixel here. So I'll be writing that. Then just write that to like padding left, which should be 14 pixel. Write that to like padding right, 14 pixel. Write that to padding top now, 14 pixel. And here I'll be also writing that to like padding bottom, 14 pixel. So when you're done with that, now here I'll be writing margin 11 pixel. Create margin left 11 pixel, and also create margin right 11 pixel. So when you're done with that, simply I'll be now writing margin top 11 pixel. And write that to like margin bottom. So just I'll be writing that, which should be like 11 pixels. So when you're done with that thing, now simply I'll be just going to file, pressing save. And now when you're done with that, just I'll be moving to app.js and copy my first class name, which is called array, by pressing Ctrl C here. Then I'll be just moving to my app.css file. Then I'll be coming underneath. So it is a class which I will be defining. So here I'll be writing dot, and just I'll be pasting my class name which I've just copied, writing curly brackets coming underneath, writing that to like justify content in center, writing align items which should be in center, and just I'll be just doing one thing coming underneath. Okay, so here I'll be now writing that to a tag which will be like text align in center, write that to like display which will be a block, write float into left, and here I'll be also writing that to like box sizing, border box, and here I'll be changing that to a tag which will be like font style normal. Then I'll be writing that to like text justify, but before that I'll be writing that to like text justify, which will be inherit. And when you're done with that, just now here I'll be writing that to a tag which will be like font size, which will be 15 pixel, and here I'll be writing that font weight which will be 500. Write that to a tag which will be like font family, font serif, comma, sans serif. And when you're done with that things, now just I'll be doing one thing like coming underneath, writing that to like border one big solid white. And here when you're done with that thing, just I'll be writing now border color white, and I'll be writing that to like color which should be black. And then I'll be changing that to a tag which will be like border radius 10 pixel, write that to like border left which should be 100 pixel. And here I'll be writing that to like border right which should be 100 pixel. And when you're done with that things, here I'll be writing border top 100 pixel, and then I'll be changing that to a tag which should be like border bottom 100 pixel. And here I'll be writing that to like border style none. And then when you're done with that, just I'll be writing border width 100 pixel, and here I'll be writing line height which should be 100 pixel. And when you're done with that, just I'll be writing width 100 pixel, create height 100 pixel. And then when you're done with that, just I'll be writing border none, create that to like outline which should be none. And here when you're done with that thing, just I'll be writing that to like list style none. And here I'll be also writing that to like list style type none. So when you're done with that, just I'll be writing flags direction, column, create flags, wraps which should be wrap reverse. And when you're done with that, just I'll be writing flags flow, column, create flags basis, content, create flags grow which should be inherit. And when you're done with that, just write flag shrink inherit. So when you're done with that, just I'll be writing direction inherit. And here I'll be writing that to a tag which should be like background white, create that to like background color which should be white. And here I'll be now writing that to like background position in center. And when you're done with that thing, just I'll be now writing that to like background position X, which should be in center. And when you're done with that, just I'll be now writing background position dash Y, which should be in center. And here I'll be writing that to like background attachment, which should be fixed. And here when you're done with that, just I'll be now writing background size cover. And when you're done with that thing, just I'll be now coming here, and then here I'll be doing one thing like here I'll be writing background clip content box. Then I'll be writing that to like background origin, which should be content box. And when you're done with that, just I'll be now writing that to like background repeat, which should be repeat. And here when you're done with that things, now I'll be writing background blend mode color one, so just write that. And when you're done with that thing, just I'll be coming underneath writing that to like background, change that to like background image and having the URL. And here I'll be writing background, and here I'll be just moving to top, and you can see there it is written background 1. So here I'll be writing background 2.jpg. So I'll be closing that, and I'll be coming underneath writing that to like nav index current. Then I'll be writing nav left, which should be current. And when you're done with that, just I'll be writing nav right current, and here I'll be writing that to like nav up current. And here I'll be writing that to like nav down, which should be current. So when you're done with that, just I'll be writing that to like padding 15 pixel, create that to like padding left 15 pixel. And here I'll be writing that to like padding right 15 pixel, and then I'll be writing that to like padding top 15 pixel, and then I'll be writing padding bottom, which should be 15 pixel. So when you're done with that things, now here I'll be just doing one thing like I'll be writing that to like margin 10 pixel, then I'll be writing margin left. So just write that like margin left 10 pixel, and then I'll be writing margin right, which should be like 10 pixel. And when you're done with that thing, just I'll be writing margin top 10 pixel, and here I'll be writing margin bottom 10 pixel. So when you're done with that thing, just I'll be going to file and pressing save. And now when you've done with that, just here you can see we have defined that all things simply. So now when you've done with that, just here till here we have done. If I move to top, you can see we have defined many of the things which we need to. We have also defined this tag, body tag, then we have defined our array. Till here we have done. So when you've done with that, just you have to do another thing like, now here you can see we have just defined till here, and now I will be just doing one thing like I'll be going to app.js, and now I will be copying my another class name which is called app bar by pressing Ctrl C. Now go to app.css file, then I will be just coming underneath, then I'll be pressing backspace, writing dot and pasting my class name which I have just copied. Now I will be just writing curly brackets here, and then I will be just doing one thing like I will be coming underneath, and here I will be just changing that to like margin if I write, but before that I'll be just changing that to like justify content, which should be in center. And when you've done that, I'll be writing that to like align items, which should be in center. So just write that. Okay, so just write it correctly. So when you've done with that things, now just I'll be coming here writing that to like display, which should be of block, and here I'll be writing that to like text align in center. And when you've done that, just I'll be changing that to like float into left, and here I'll be writing that to like box sizing border box. And when you're done with that thing, just I'll be now coming here, and before that I'll be writing font style, which should be normal. And when you're done with that, just I'll be now writing like text justify inherit. And here when you're done with that thing, just I'll be now writing that to a tag which will be like font size, which will be 15 pixels. So when you're done with that things, now here I'll be writing font weight, which will be 500. And when you're done with that, just now here I'll be writing that to like font family, which will be like font serif. And here I'll be writing that to like comma sans serif. So when you're done with that, now here I'll be writing border one fix solid white, and here we have done that all things. So I'll be now writing here like border color, which will be white, and here I'll be writing that to like color black. So just I'll be coming here and writing that to like color, which will be black. So when you're done with that, now here I'll be writing like border radius 10 pixel, and here when you're done with that, just now I will be writing that to like border left 100 pixel, create that to like border right, which will be 100 pixel. And when you've done that, just now I will be writing that to like border top now, which will be 100 pixel, change that to like border bottom, which will be 100 pixel. So when you've done with that thing, now here I'll be writing border style, which will be none. Then here I'll be writing that to like border width, which will be 100 pixel, create that to like line height, which will be like 100 pixels. So I'll be writing that. And when you're done with that thing, just now here I'll be writing border one big solid white. So just I'll be writing that. And here when you're done with that, just now I'll be just coming underneath writing that to like border, and here I'll be just first of all erasing because we have just written that all things. Now here I'll be writing border none. Then here I'll be also writing that to like outline none, but before that I'll be writing semicolon. When you've done that, just now here I'll be writing list style which should be none, so just write that. And here I'll be also writing like list style type which should be none. When you've done with that thing, just simply I'll be doing one thing like here I'll be now coming underneath, and here I'll be writing that to like flags direction which should be column. And here when you've done that, just I'll be writing like flags wrap which will be wrap reverse. And here I'll be coming underneath creating flags flow column, create flag spaces content. And here I'll be also changing that to a tag which will be like flags. So here I'll be writing that to like flags flow. Okay, so I'll be writing flags grow inherit. And when you're done with that, just I'll be writing flags shrink inherit. And here I'll be also writing that to like direction inherit. And when you're done with that, just now here I'll be writing background which will be white. So here I'll be also writing that to like background color which will be white. And when you're done with that thing, just I'll be writing that to like background position in center. And when you're done with that, here I'll be doing one thing like writing that to like background position dash X which will be in center. And here I'll be writing that to like background position dash Y which will be in center. So when you're done with that things, here I'll be doing one thing like writing that to background attachment text. And here I'll be just writing that to like background size which will be cover. And here I'll be just writing that to like another tag which will be background clip content box. And when you're done with that, just I'll be writing that to like background origin content box. Then I'll be writing background repeat which will be repeat. And here I'll be just doing one thing now. I'll be writing that to like background blend mode here which will be color band. So I'll be writing that. And when you're done with that thing, just I'll be writing background image, and I'll be writing that to a URL here which will be in double quotes which will be background. And if I just go to the top, you can see there it is written background 2. So here I'll be writing background 3.jpg. Close this. Come underneath, create nav index which will be current. And here I'll be writing that to like nav left which will be current. Here I'll be also writing that to like nav right current. And when you're done with that thing, I'll be coming here writing that to like nav up current, create nav down here which will be current. So when you're done with that thing, now simply I'll be coming underneath writing that to like padding 10 pixel. And here I'll be writing like padding left which will be also 10 pixel, create padding right here. So I'll be just writing that which will be 10 pixel. And when you're done with that, just I'll be writing that to like padding top 10 pixel and create padding bottom which will be also 10 pixel. So just write that. So when you're done with that, just I'll be writing margin 12 pixel, create here like margin left here. So I'll be just writing that which will also be 12 pixel. And when you're done with that thing, just I'll be doing one thing like here I'll be writing that to like margin right here. So just I'll be writing that to like margin right which will be 12 pixel. And here I'll be writing that to like margin top which will be 12 pixel. So when you're done with that thing, here I'll be writing like margin bottom 12 pixel. So when you're done with that thing, now simply I'll be going to file and pressing save, and you can see we have just defined that all things. And now when you've done that, just if I go to the top, we have defined navbar. Now if I just go to app.js, and you have to copy this redux here by pressing Ctrl C. Now when you've done with that, just I'll be doing one thing like I'll be going to app.css file again. Then here I'll be just coming here by pressing enter. Then I'll be writing dot and pasting my class name which I have just copied. Now here I'll be writing this bracket and coming underneath here, writing that to like justify content in center. And here I'll be writing align items which will be in center. And when you've done that, I'll be writing display which will be a block, create text align which will be in center. And when you've done that, just I'll be writing that to like float in left. And here I'll be also writing that to like box sizing, border box. So here when you've done with that thing, just I'll be doing one thing like here I'll be writing that to like font style normal. And here I'll be writing text justify inherit. And when you've done with that thing, just I'll be coming here writing font size which will be like 14 pixels. So here I'll be writing that. Then I'll be writing that to like font weight 600. Then when you've done with that thing, here I'll be now writing font family which will be like Monsieur, sans serif. But before that, I'll be just giving a space here. Now when you've done with that, just I'll be writing that to like border which will be like one big solid white. So just I'll be writing that. And when you've done with that thing, here I'll be coming and writing that to like border color white. And here I'll be changing that to a tag which will be like color black. And here I'll be writing border radius 10 pixel. And if I just move to top, here I have to check one thing like here we have just not here we have written that. So simply I'll be coming underneath Then I'll be writing like border left, which will be like 100 pixels. So here I'll be writing that, write that to like border right 100 pixel, and here I'll be writing that to like border top 100 pixel, create border bottom 100 pixel, and when you're done with that, just I'll be writing border style none, and here I'll be writing border width, which will be 100 pixel, create line height, which will be also 100 pixel, and here I'll be writing width 100 pixels, so just I'll be writing that and create that to like height 100 pixel, and here I'll be writing border, which will be none, create outline none, and when you're done with that, just I'll be writing this style here, so just I'll be writing that, which will be like none, so here I'll be writing. So when you're done with that things, here I'll be writing that to like list style type none. So when you've done that, just I'll be coming underneath writing flex direction column. So when you've done with that thing, just I'll be now coming underneath writing flex wrap, which will be wrap reverse. So here I'll be writing that, and when you've done with that, just I'll be writing flex flow column, and when you've done with that thing, here I'll be writing flex basis content, and then I'll be coming underneath writing that to like flex grow inherit, and here I'll be writing that to a tag, which will be just like flex shrink inherit. So when you're done with that thing, just I'll be coming here writing direction inherit, then I'll be just coming underneath and I'll be writing that to like background white, create background color, which will be white, and here I'll be writing that to like background position, which will be in center, and here I'll be writing that to like background position dash X, which will be in center, and when you're done with that thing, just I'll be writing background, change that to like background position dash Y, which will be in center, and here I'll be just coming underneath writing that to like background size, which will be cover, and here I'll be writing that to like background attachment, which will be fixed, and when you're done with that, just I'll be now writing background, change that to like background clip, content box, create background origin, which will also be content box, and here I'll be just coming underneath writing background blend mode here, which will be like color but. So when you're done with that thing, just I'll be writing that to like background repeat, which will be repeat, and here I'll be writing background image here, which will be like having URL, and here I'll be writing double quotes, and I'll be writing background, and if I just move to top here, so just move to top, so you can see there it is written background free, so here I'll be writing background 4.jpg, close here, and then you have to just write here like nav index current, and then I'll be writing that to like nav left, which will be current, and when you're done with that, just I'll be coming underneath writing nav right current, and here I'll be also writing that to like nav up current. So when you're done with that things, here I'll be writing nav down current, then when you're done with that, just I'll be doing one thing like writing padding, which should be 12 pixel, create padding left, which should be also 12 pixel, and when you're done with that things, here I'll be writing padding right, which should be 12 pixel, create padding top, which should be 12 pixel, and here I'll be writing that to like padding bottom 12 pixel. So when I'm done with that thing, simply I'll be just doing one thing like coming underneath writing margin now 10 pixel, create that to like margin left 10 pixel, and here I'll be writing that to a tag, which will be like margin right 10 pixel. So when I'm done with that, just I'll be writing margin top, which will be 10 pixel, and create that to like margin bottom 10 pixel. So when I'm done with that, just go to file, press save button, and now till here we have just done. So just go to web.js now, but before that I have to check what the file it is. Okay, so it is good. So Redux was that. So here I'll be coming and then I'll be copying this React class, which is just written after Redux by pressing Ctrl C. Just go to web.css file, then press 2 enters again here, then I'll be pressing backspace and writing dot and pasting my class name, which I have just copied. Now here I'll be writing this curly bracket and coming underneath writing that to like justify content, which should be in center. So just write that to like justify content, which will be in center. Then I'll be writing align items, which will be also in center. And when you're done with that, just I'll be writing display, which will be of block, create text, align in center. And here I'll be writing that to a tag, which will be just like rotate to left. Here I'll be writing box sizing, border box. Here I'll be also writing that to like font style normal. And when you've done that, just I'll be writing text, justify, inherit, and here I'll be writing font size 15 pixel, create that to a tag, which will be like font weight 500, and here I'll be writing font family, which will be like font serif, comma, sans serif. So here when you're done with that things, here I'll be now writing border 1 pixel solid white. So just write that here. So now here I'll be writing that to like border color which will be white, then change that to like color which will be black. And when you're done with that, just now here I'll be changing that to a tag which will be like border radius 10 pixel, create border left now which will be also 100 pixels. So when you're done with that, just I'll be now changing that to a tag which will be like border right 100 pixel, create border top which will be 100 pixel. And when you're done with that, just I'll be writing border bottom 100 pixel. And when you're done with that, just I'll be writing border style none, and create that to a tag which will be like border width 100 pixel. And here I'll be writing that to like line height 100 pixels. And here when you're done with that, just I'll be writing that to a tag which will be like border style none. So when you're done with that things, here I'll be writing width which will be 100 pixel, and here I'll be writing height which will be 100 pixel. So when you're done with that, just I'll be erasing this border style from here. Then I'll be coming underneath writing border none. Here I'll be writing that to like outline which will be none. And when you're done with that, just I'll be writing list style which will be none. Create that to like list style type none. So when you're done with that things, here I'll be writing flex direction column. Then here I'll be writing that to like flex ref which will be ref reverse. And here I'll be writing that to like flex flow column, create flex basis content. And when you're done with that, just I'll be writing flex grow. So just I'll be writing that which will be inherit. So when you're done with that, just I'll be writing flex shrink inherit, create direction inherit. And when you're done with that, just I'll be now writing that to like background white. And here I'll be writing that to a tag which will be just like background color which will be white. And here I'll be doing one thing like writing that to like background position now. So just I'll be writing that which will be in center. And when you're done with that thing, here I'll be now writing background position dash x. So here I'll be writing that which will be in center. Then I'll be writing that to like background position dash y which will be in center. And when you're done with that, just I'll be now writing background clip content box, create background origin which will also be content box. And when you're done with that things, here I'll be writing background size which will be like cover. So when you're done with that, here I'll be writing background attachment now. So just I'll be writing that which will be fixed. So when you're done with that thing, here I'll be now coming underneath writing background repeat now. So just write that which will be repeat. And when you're done with that, just I'll be now writing background blend mode which will be color burn. So when you're done with that things, now I'll be coming underneath writing background image here which will be having the URL, and in that I'll be writing just two quotes and writing background. Then if I just move to top, you can see there it is written background 4. So here I'll be writing background 5.jpg. Then I'll be closing that and writing nav index which will be correct. And here I'll be writing that to like nav left which will be correct. Then I'll be writing nav right current. And when you're done with that things, here I'll be writing nav up current. And here I'll be changing that to like nav down current. So when you're done with that thing, just I'll be doing one thing like writing that padding 12 pixel, create padding left. So just I'll be writing that to like padding left which will be 12 pixel. And when you're done with that things, here I'll be writing padding right 12 pixel, create padding top which will be also 12 pixel. And when you're done with that, just I'll be now writing that to like padding bottom 12 pixel. So when you're done with that thing, just I'll be doing one thing now, coming underneath writing margin 11 pixel, create margin left 11 pixel. And when you're done with that, just I'll be now writing margin right which will be 11 pixel. And here I'll be writing that to like margin top 11 pixel, create margin bottom which will also be 11 pixel. So when you're done with that thing, just I'll be doing one thing like I'll be going to file and pressing save. And now when you're done with that thing here, I'll be doing one thing like I'll be going to app.js file again, where I'll be copying this area class you can see after React which is just written by pressing Ctrl C. And when you're done with that, just I'll be going to app.css file now. Then I'll be just coming underneath here and writing dot and pasting my class name which I have just copied. Now here I'll be writing this curly bracket here, coming underneath writing that to like justify content which will be in center. And when you're done with that, just I'll be writing that to like align items which will be in center, create display which will be of block here. So when you're done with that things, here I'll be writing text align center, create that to like float it to left. And when you're done with that things, here I'll be writing box sizing border box. And when you're done with that, just I'll be writing that to like font style normal. So here when you're done with that, just I'll be writing text justify inherit. And when you're done with that things, here I'll be writing font size 15 pixel, create font weight which will be like here I'll be writing that to 500, and when you're done with that things, here I'll be now writing that to like font family, which will be like Mont Serif, comma, sans serif, and when you're done with that, just I'll be writing border one text solid white, and here I'll be writing that to like border color, which will be white, and here I'll be also writing that to a tag, which will be like color black, and when you're done with that, just I'll be writing border radius, which will be 10 pixels. So when you're done with that, just I'll be now coming underneath writing border left 100 pixel, and then when you're done with that things, here I'll be writing border right, which will be 100 pixel, and here I'll be writing that to like border top, which will also be 100 pixel, writing that to like border bottom 100 pixel, and when you're done with that things, here I'll be writing border width 100 pixel, and here I'll be also writing that to like border style none, then here I'll be writing that to like border, change that to like now line height. So just write that to like line height 100 pixel, create that to like width 100 pixel, and here I'll be writing height, which will also be 100 pixel, create that to like border none, and here I'll be writing outline none, and when you're done with that thing, here I'll be writing list style, which will be none, and just change that to like list style type none. So when you're done with that things, here I'll be now writing flex direction, which will be like column. So when you're done with that, here I'll be writing flex wrap, which will be wrap reverse, change that to like flex flow column, and create flex spaces content, then I'll be writing flex grow inherit, and when you're done with that, just I'll be writing flex shrink inherit. So when you're done with that, just I'll be writing direction inherit, and here I'll be writing that to a tag, which will be just like background white, and change that to like background color, which will also be white. So when you're done with that things, here I'll be writing background position, which will be in center, and then I'll be writing background position, so I'll be writing that to like background position dash x, which will be in center, and create that to like background position dash y, which will be in center. So when you're done with that, just I'll be now writing background attachment, which will be fixed, create that to like background size, which will be cover, and here I'll be just doing one thing like background clip content box, create background origin, which will also be content box, and when you're done with that, just I'll be writing background repeat, which will be repeat, write that to like background blend mode color one. So when you're done with that, just I'll be doing one thing like coming here, writing background image, and here I'll be writing URL, in which I'll be writing 2 quotes and writing background here. Then if I just move to top, you can see there it is written background 5 here. So yes, so here I'll be now coming writing background 6.jpg, closing that. Here I'll be now writing nav index current, then here I'll be writing nav left, it should also be current, then change that to like nav right current. So just I'll be writing that. So when you're done with that things, now just I'll be coming here writing nav up, which should be current, so just I'll be writing that. And when you're done with that, just I'll be now writing that to a tag, which will be like nav down current, change padding, which will be like 15 pixel, create padding left, which should be also 15 pixel, and when you're done with that thing, here I'll be writing padding right 15 pixel. So when you're done with that, just now here I'll be just doing one thing like, first of all, here I'll be coming underneath, then I'll be writing padding top, which should be 15 pixel, create that to a tag, which will be like padding bottom, which will be like 15 pixel. When you're done with that, just I'll be now writing margin 10 pixel here, then I'll be changing that to a tag, which will be like margin left 10 pixel, create margin right now, which will be 10 pixel, and when you're done with that, just I'll be now writing margin top 10 pixel, and create that to a tag, which will be like margin bottom 10 pixel. So when you're done with that things, here I'll be doing one thing like just going to file, pressing save. So when you're done with that thing, just I'll be doing one thing like I'll be moving to app.js file now, then I'll be copying this floor here, which is just written by pressing Ctrl C. Now go to app.css. If I move to top, you can see area class is defined, so here I have to just write dot in the starting because it is the class name. Pressing backspace, if I move to top, you can see the space is from here and here. So when you've done that, just I'll be now coming there, I'll be doing one thing like I'll be just pasting my class name, then here I'll be writing curly brackets here, and in that I'll be defining my thing. So first of all, I'll be writing justify content here, which will be in center, then create that to like align items, which will be in center, and write text align in center. And when you're done with that thing, just I'll be writing that to like note into left, write that to like box sizing, border box, and then I'll be writing display, which will be a block, create font style. So just I'll be writing that to like font style which will be normal. And when you're done with that thing, just I'll be doing one thing like writing text justify inherit, and here I'll be writing font size which will be like 15 pixel, create font weight which will be 500, create that to like 500 only I'll be writing. Now when you're done with that, just I'll be doing one thing like writing that to like font family which will be like Montserrat now, which will be comma sans serif. So here I'll be writing Montserrat, comma sans serif. And when you're done with that, just now I'll be writing border one big solid white. And here when you're done with that thing, just I'll be writing border color which will be white. So when you're done with that thing, just I'll be coming underneath writing that to like another tag which will be like color which will be black. And here I'll be writing that to like border radius 10 pixel. And when you're done with that thing, just I'll be writing border left 100 pixel, create that to a tag which will be like border right 100 pixel, create border top 100 pixel. And here I'll be writing border bottom. So just I'll be writing that 100 pixel. So when you're done with that thing, just I'll be doing one thing like coming here writing border style none, then I'll be writing border width 100 pixel. And when you're done with that, just I'll be doing one thing like here I'll be writing line height 100 pixel, create width 100 pixel. And here I'll be writing that to like height 100 pixel. And when you're done with that, just I'll be writing border none. So when I'm done with that thing, just I'll be coming underneath writing that to like outline none, and create that to like list style which will be none. And when you're done with that, just I'll be writing list style type none. So here I'll be writing that. And when you're done with that thing, just I'll be doing one thing now. First of all, here I'll be now coming underneath and I'll be writing that to like border which should be like one big solid white. So just I'll be writing that. And when you're done with that, just I'll be now writing like border color white, create color which should be black. And when you're done with that, just I'll be now changing that to a tag which will be just like okay. So we have defined that all things, so I am defining that again. So simply I'll be now coming writing border none, create that to like outline none. And here when you're done with that, just I'll be now writing list style which will be none, and create that to like list style type which will be none. So when you're done with that thing, just I'll be writing like direction column, then I'll be writing like to like flag step which will be step reverse. And when you're done with that thing, just I'll be writing that to like flag slow column. And when you've done that, just I'll be writing flag spaces content right flags grow inherit. And when you're done with that thing, just I'll be doing one thing like here I'll be writing flag shrink inherit, create direction which will be also inherit. And when you're done with that, just I'll be now writing background white, create background color which will also be white. And when you're done with that, just I'll be now writing background position in center. And when you're done with that thing, just I'll be writing that to like background position dash x which will be in center. So when you've done that, just I'll be now coming underneath writing background position dash y which will be in center. So when you're done with that, just now I'll be coming here writing that to like background attachment fixed. And here I'll be writing that to a tag which will be like background size. So here I'll be writing that to like 100 like cover. Now when you're done with that, just I'll be writing that to like background, change that to a tag which will be like background clip content box. Then I'll be writing background origin which will also be content box. Now when you've done with that thing, just I'll be coming underneath writing that to like background repeat which will be repeat. So here I'll be writing that, and we have done that all things. So I'll be now coming here and then writing that to a tag which will be just like background, and then I'll be changing that to like background blend mode here which will be like color burn. So when you're done with that thing, now just I'll be coming underneath writing background image, and here I'll be writing URL, and then in this URL I'll be just writing background. And if I just move to top, so you can see there it is written background 6. So here I'll be writing background 7.jpg, close here, and then I'll be writing nav index current. And when you're done with that thing, here I'll be writing that to like nav left which will be current, create nav right current. So when you're done with that thing, just I'll be doing one thing like here I'll be coming underneath writing nav up current, and when you're done with that, just I'll be writing nav down current. So when you're done with that thing, just I'll be doing one thing now coming underneath here writing padding 12 pixel, create that to like padding left which shall be 12 pixel. And here I'll be writing that to like padding right 12 pixel, write that to like padding top which will be 12 pixel. And here I'll be writing that to like another tag which will be padding bottom which will be 12 pixel. And if done that, just I'll be now writing margin 10 pixel, then I'll be writing that to like margin left which will be 10 pixel. So just I'll be writing that, and when you're done with that, just I'll be now writing margin right 10 pixel, and then I'll be changing that to like margin top 10 pixel, and create that to like margin bottom 10 pixel. So when you're done with that thing, just I'll be saving that here, going to app.js file, and then I'll be copying this media tag which is just written here by pressing Ctrl C. Now when you've done that, just go to app.css, and if I move to top, you can see floor has been defined here. Go down, then I'll be coming here and writing dot because it is a class which I'm writing, and I'll be pasting my class name which I've just copied previously in app.js. Then I'll be writing curly brackets and coming underneath writing justify and adding center, writing that to like align item which should be in center, create display here. So just I'll be writing that of block, then create that to a tag which will be like text align in center, create that to like load into left. So just I'll be writing that and write that to like box sizing border box. Then when you're done with that thing, just I'll be writing font style normal, create that to like text justify inherit, and when you're done with that, just I'll be now writing that to like font size 15 pixel, create font weight which should be 500, and I'll be writing that to like font family which should be Mont Serif, comma sans serif. Then here I'll be writing that to like border 1 pic solid white. Then when you're done with that, just I'll be writing border color which will be white, writing that to like color black. So just I'll be coming here and writing that to like color black. Then change that to a tag which will be like border radius 10 pixel. And when you're done with that thing, just I'll be now writing that to like border left 100 pixel, create border right. So just I'll be changing that to like border right should be 100 pixels. So when you're done with that thing, just I'll be writing border top. So just I'll be writing that 100 pixel. And when you're done with that thing, just I'll be writing border bottom now. So just I'll be writing that of 100 pixels. So when you're done with that, just I'll be now writing border radius 10 pixel, which we have just already done. So here I'll be writing border and change that to like border width 100 pixel. And when you're done with that, just I'll be now writing border style none. And just I'll be coming here and writing that. So when you're done with that thing, just I'll be doing one thing like here I'll be writing border, but before that here I'll be writing line height which should be 100 pixel, create that to like width 100 pixel, and create height which will be like 100 pixel. And when you're done with that thing, just I'll be now writing that to like border none, and here I'll be writing that to like outline none. And when you're done with that things, but before that I'll be coming here writing that, then create list style none, create that to a tag which will be just like list style type which should be none. When you're done with that thing, just I'll be writing flex direction column, create flex wrap which should be wrap reverse. And when you're done with that, just I'll be writing flex flow column, create flex basis which will be content. So just I'll be writing that, create that to like flex grow inherit. And when you're done with that, just I'll be now writing that to like flex, change that to another thing which will be flex shrink inherit, create direction which will also be like inherit. And when you're done with that, just I'll be now writing background which should be white, and here I'll be writing that to like background color which should be white, change that to like background position which should be center. And when you're done with that, just I'll be now writing background position dash x which will be in center. So just I'll be writing that, create that to like background position dash x which dash y now which will be in center. And when you're done with that thing, just I'll be writing background, change that to background attachment fixed, and here I'll be writing background size which should be cover. And here I'll be also writing that to like background clip content box, create background origin which should also be like content box. So there is one problem coming, so here I'll be writing, so now it is good. So when you're done with that thing, just I'll be doing one thing like coming here writing background repeat which should be repeat, and here I'll be writing background, then change that to a tag which will be like background blend mode here. So I'll be writing that to like color burn. So when you're done with that, just I'll be now coming here, I'll be just writing that and changing that to like background image again. So just I'll be now writing like background image, having the URL of like this to parentheses, then I'll be writing this like thing. And when you're done with that, just I'll be moving to top, so you can see there it is written background 7 write background 8.jpg, write this and create that to like nav index current. And when you're done with that, just I'll be writing nav left which should be current, create nav right current. So just I'll be writing that. And when you're done with that thing, just I'll be writing nav up current. So just simply I'll be writing that And when you're done with that, just before that I'll be coming writing that simply like that, then create nav down done it. So when you're done with that, just I'll be now writing padding 12 pixels, so I'll be just writing that simply. So when you're done with that, just now here I'll be writing padding left, which should be 12 pixel, create that to like padding right 12 pixel, create another tag which will be like padding top 12 pixel, and here I'll be writing padding bottom which should be 12 pixel, and when you're done with that thing, just I'll be now writing margin 10 pixel, create margin left which should be like 10 pixel, create margin right 10 pixel, and here I'll be writing margin top 10 pixel, create that to like margin bottom which should be 10 pixel. So when you've done with that, just saving that here. And now here when you've done with that, just I'll be doing one thing now. If I go to the top, you can see we have defined media. If I just come here, yes. Then if I move to the floor, we have also defined, then we have also defined area, and we have defined React. Then if I move to the Redux class, then if I just move again navbar, and we have also defined array class. And then we are also defining this body tag here which we have defined, and this tag also at the starting. So you can see we have just done till here, and when you've done with that, just you have to do another thing like, now here you can see we have just defined that all things till here. Now I will be doing one thing like I'll be pressing backspace here, and when you've done that, just I'll be moving to top, and you can see till here we have just defined till media. And now if I just scroll down here, you can see we have just done that. So simply I'll be now coming here, and then I will be just doing one thing here like I'll be just copying this app class here by pressing Ctrl C. Now when you've done with that, just I'll be moving here, and then if I just move to top, you can see here there is media written. So here I'll be doing one thing now, just coming underneath, writing dot and pasting my class name which I have just copied. So there it is written app. Now I will be writing, now here you can see we have just written this thing here like this bracket. Now I will be doing one thing now, coming underneath here, and then I will be just doing one thing here like I'll be writing that to like justify content now which will be in center. So when you've done with that, just I'll be coming here writing that to like align items which will be in center. Okay, so just write that correctly. Now when you're done with that thing, just I'll be now doing one thing like I'll be coming underneath, writing that to like text align in center. When you've done that, just I'll be now writing that to a tag which will be like float into left, and here I'll be also writing that to like box sizing border box. So here I'll be just doing one thing like that. So when you're done with that things, now simply I'll be coming here, and then I'll be changing that to a tag which will be like display which will be of block. So just I'll be writing display block. So when you've done that, just I'll be now doing one thing like I'll be coming underneath, writing that to like font style normal. So just I'll be writing that here. So when you've done with that thing, just I'll be doing one thing now, just I'll be writing that to like text justify inherit, and when you're done with that, just I'll be now writing font size which will be 15 pixel, and here I'll be also writing that to like font weight 500, and just change that to like font family which will be like Mont Serif, and here I'll be writing comma sans serif. So when you've done with that, just I'll be now writing border which will be like one big solid white, and here I'll be also writing that to like border color which will be white, and change that to like color which will be black, and then I'll be writing that to like border radius 10 pixel, and here I'll be writing that to like border left 100 pixel, and when you're done with that thing, just I'll be writing border right 100 pixel. So just I'll be writing that, and when you're done with that thing, just I'll be writing border top 100 pixel, create that to a tag which will be like border bottom which will be 100 pixel, and then when you're done with that, just I'll be writing border, and then I'll be changing that to like border style none, and here I'll be writing that to a tag which will be like border width 100 pixel, and when you're done with that thing, just I'll be now writing that to a tag which will be just like line height now which will be 100 pixels. So I'll be writing that. Then when you're done with that, just I'll be now writing width 100 pixel, create height which should be 100 pixel, and here now I'll be writing border none. Then when you're done with that, just I'll be now creating outline which will be none. So when you're done with that, just write here like display. So here now I'll be writing like list style none. So just write that. So simply when you're done with that, just now you have to do one thing like come here again. Then here I'll be changing that to like list style type none. So here we have done that also. When you're done with that, just I'll be now writing that to like another tag which will be like flags direction column. So here when you're done with that, just I'll be now writing flags wrap which will be wrap reverse, and here I'll be writing that to like flags flow which will be like column. So here I'll be writing that, and when you're done with that thing, just I'll be now writing flags basis content, create flags grow which will be inherit, and when you're done with that, just I'll be now writing flag shrink inherit. So when you're done with that, just now here I'll be writing direction inherit, then I'll be just coming underneath, changing that to like background here. So just write that, which should be like white, and when you done that, just I'll be now writing that to like background color, which should be white. So just write that, then change that to like background position. So just write that here, which should be in center. So just I'll be writing that, and when you're done with that thing, just I'll be now writing that to like background position dash X, which should be in center. So when you're done with that, just I'll be now writing background position dash Y, which should be in center, and here I'll be writing like background size, which should be cover, and here I'll be changing that to like background attachment. So just I'll be writing that here, so write that, which should be fixed. And when you're done with that thing, just I'll be doing one thing, like first of all I'll be coming underneath, then I'll be writing that to like background, change that to background clip content box. So just I'll be writing that. So when you're done with that thing, just I'll be doing one thing now, just I'll be coming underneath, writing that to like background origin, which should be like content box. So when you're done with that thing, just I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be just changing that to background, right here like background repeat, which should be just repeat. So when you're done with that, but for that I'll be coming here, then I'll be writing. So when you're done with that thing, just I'll be writing background blend mode, which should be like color bar. So just I'll be writing that, and when you're done with that thing, just here I'll be doing one thing, like write that to like background repeat, which should be repeat, and then I'll be just writing that to like background, change that to like another thing, which should be like background blend mode, which we have just already done. So here I'll be simply writing background image, and here I'll be writing the URL, in which I'll be writing these two things. So when you're done with that, just I'll be moving at the top, and when you've done that, just you have to do another thing. So now till here you can see we have just defined that all things. Now I will be just coming here, and then I will be writing background, just right here like background dot, and if I just come here, going to top and check what is this, so here it is written background 8. So here I'll be writing background 9.jpg, closing that, and here I'll be coming underneath, writing that to like nav index current, create nav left, which will also be just current. So just write that, and now when you're done with that, just I'll be now writing that to like nav right. So just create that to like nav right current, and when you're done with that thing, just I'll be now writing that to like nav up, which will also be current. So just here I'll be writing that. So when you're done with that thing, just I'll be writing nav down, which will be current. So just create that, then here I'll be writing that to like padding 15 pixel, create padding, just I'll be writing that to like padding left, which will also be 15 pixel, and here when you're done with that, just I'll be now writing that to like padding right. So just I'll be changing that to like padding right, which will be 15 pixel, and create that to like padding top, which should be 15 pixel, and when you're done with that thing, just I'll be now writing padding bottom 15 pixel, create that to like margin 10 pixel, and here I'll be also writing that to like margin left 10 pixel. So when you're done with that thing, just I'll be now writing margin right 10 pixel, and here I'll be writing that to like margin top 10 pixel, create margin bottom, which will be 10 pixel. So when you're done with that things now, just I'll be doing one thing, like I'll be going to file and pressing save icon. So when you're done with that, just go to app.js file again, then here I'll be copying this element, you can see, which is just written here, by pressing Ctrl C, go to app.css, then here I'll be just coming and writing that to dot and pasting my class name, which I have just copied, and I'll be writing this curly bracket coming underneath, writing justify content in center, create align items, which will be in center. When you've done that, just I'll be now writing display, which will be of block, create that to like, first of all I'll be writing block, then I'll be writing that to like text align in center, and when you've done that, just I'll be now writing display, which will be of block, and here I'll be writing float in left. And if done that, just I'll be now writing box sizing, border box, then I'll be writing that to like font style, which should be normal, and when you're done with that thing, just I'll be writing text justify. Okay, so just I'll be coming here, which should be like inherit. So when you're done with that thing, just I'll be doing one thing, like font size, which should be 15 pixel, create font weight, which should be 500, and when you're done with that thing, just write here like font family, which should be like font serif, comma, sans serif. Here I'll be writing like border, which will be one big solid white. So just I'll be writing that, and here when you're done with that thing, just I'll be now writing that to like border color, which will be white, create color black, and here when you're done with that, just here I'll be writing that to like border radius 10 pixel, create that to like border left. So just I'll be changing that to like border left, which will be 100 pixel. So when you're done with that, just I'll be writing that to like border right 100 pixel, and when you've done that, just I'll be writing border top 100 pixel, create that to like border bottom 100 pixel. So when you're done with that, just I'll be writing that to like border style match, create border width now, which should be 100 pixels. So when you're done with that thing, just I'll be writing line height 100 pixel, create that to width 100 pixels. So when you're done with that, just I'll be now writing height 100 pixels. So when you're done with that, just create border, which should be none, and here I'll be writing that to like outline none. And when you're done with that, just I'll be writing that to like list style, which should be none. So when you're done with that, just I'll be now writing list style type none. So when you're done with that, just I'll be now writing flex direction, which should be like column. So when you're done with that, just I'll be doing one thing now like that. I'll be just writing. So when you're done with that, just I'll be now writing flex wrap, which should be wrap reverse. Here I'll be writing flex flow, which should be column. Create flex wrap, which should be wrap reverse. And when you're done with that thing, just I'll be writing flex change that to like flex basis content. Then I'll be writing flex grow inherit. And when you're done with that things, just I'll be doing one thing like I'll be raising this wrap here, which is just written. So here I'll be now coming writing that to flex shake inherit, create direction inherit. So when you're done with that, just now here I'll be writing that to like background white, change that to like background color, which should be just white. So I'll be writing that, and here I'll be writing that to like color, which should be black. And then I'll be writing that to another tag, which should be like background position in center. And here when you're done with that, just I'll be moving to top, coming underneath, writing that to like background position, and I'll be writing dash x, which should be in center. Create that to like background position dash y, which should be in center. And when you're done with that thing, just I'll be now writing that to like background attachment, which should be fixed. And when you're done with that thing, just I'll be now writing background size cover. And here I'll be writing that to attack, which should be like background attachment, which we have just already done. So here I'll be writing background clip content box. So here I'll be changing that to like background origin, which should be content box. And here I'll be writing background repeat, which should be repeat. And I'll be changing that to a tag, which should be like background blend mode, which should be like color but. So just I'll be writing that. And when you're done with that thing, just I'll be writing that to like background image. And here I'll be writing the URL. And here I'll be just writing two brackets and writing background. If I move to top, so you can see there it is written background, and I'll be writing .png, closing that here, creating nav index, which should be just current. Create that to like nav left, which should also be current. And when you've done that, just I'll be now writing nav right current. And when you've done with that all things, just I'll be writing nav up current. And just when you've done that, I'll be writing nav down, which should be current. So when you're done with that, just I'll be writing padding 12 pixel, create that to like padding left. So just I'll be writing that here, which should also be 12 pixel. So when you're done with that thing, just I'll be now writing that to like padding right 12 pixel. And here I'll be writing padding top, which should also be 12 pixel, and changing that to like padding bottom 12 pixel. So when you've done that, just I'll be now writing margin 15 pixel, create margin left, which should also be 15 pixel. And then I'll be writing margin right 15 pixel. And here I'll be writing that to like margin top 15 pixel, create margin bottom, which should also be 15 pixel. So when you're done with that thing, just I'll be going to file and pressing save, go to app.js file and copy this script class by pressing Ctrl C. And when you're done with that, just I'll be moving to app.css, coming underneath, writing dot, pasting my class name here, writing curly brackets here, writing justify content now. So just write that, which should be like content box. So here just I'll be writing justify content, which should be like in center. So I'll be writing that. Then I'll be writing align items, which should be in center. Create that to like display, which should be a block. Create that to like text align in center. And then I'll be writing that to like float it to left. And here I'll be writing that to like box sizing, which should be like border box. So when you're done with that thing, just I'll be now changing that to like font style normal. And when you're done with that thing, just I'll be now changing that to like text justify inherit. So when you're done with that, just I'll be writing font size 15 pixel, create font weight, which shall be 500. And here I'll be writing font family. So just come here, right here to like font family, which should be like font serif, which should be comma sans serif. So just I'll be writing that. But before that, I'll be raising this R from here. When you're done with that, just now here I'll be writing border 1 pic solid white. And here I'll be doing one thing like writing that to like border color white. And here I'll be writing that to like color black. And just I'll be writing that to like border radius 10 pixel. And here I'll be changing that to like border left 100 pixel, create border right, which should be like 100 pixel. So when you're done with that thing, just I'll be writing border top 100 pixel, change that to like border bottom 100 pixels. So when you're done with that, just I'll be doing one thing like writing that to like border style none, create border width now which will be like 100 pixels. So just I'll be writing that, and when you're done with that thing, just I'll be writing that to like line height 100 pixel. Then I'll be writing that to like width 100 pixel, and here I'll be writing height 100 pixels. So when you're done with that, just I'll be coming underneath writing border none, and here I'll be writing that to like outline none. So when you're done with that, just I'll be now writing that to a tag which will be like list style none, and here I'll be writing list style type none. So when you're done with that thing, just I'll be now writing flags direction column. So here I'll be writing that create flags wrap which will be like wrap reverse, and when you're done with that thing, just I'll be writing flags row column, and here I'll be writing flags, and then I'll be writing that to like flag spaces which should be cut and create flags grow inherit, and then I'll be writing flag string inherit create direction which will be like inherit. And when you're done with that thing, just I'll be now writing that to like background white create background color which will also be white, and when you're done with that thing, just I'll be writing that to like background position which should be center, and when you're done with that, just I'll be now changing that to like background position dash x which should be in center, and when you're done with that, just I'll be now writing background position dash y which will be in center. So just I'll be writing that. So when you're done with that thing, just I'll be now doing one thing like coming here and writing that to like background, change that to like background size cover, and here I'll be writing background and change that to like background attachment now which should be fixed, and here I'll be writing background clip content box, then create background origin which should also be content box, create background repeat which should be repeat, and here I'll be writing that to like background blend mode which should be color bar. When you're done with that thing, just I'll be coming here writing that to like background image, and here I'll be writing URL, and here I'll be just writing background first of all, and now here I'll be just going to top, so you can see there it is written background.png. So here I'll be writing background1.png, close that. But if I move to top, oh, it is good. So now here I'll be doing one thing like coming underneath writing nav index current, and here I'll be also writing that to a tag which will be like nav left current, create that to like nav right current. So just I'll be doing one thing like write that to like nav right current, and when you've done that, just I'll be writing nav up current, create that to like nav down which will be current. So just when you're done with that thing, just I'll be saving that, and now here we have done. So if I go to app.js, and for running that in your localhost, you have to go to terminal, right here Firebase deploy, and press enter. So you can see now it will be just deploying your Firebase in your console here. So you have to just close that simply, and then it will be take some time, and it will be just console. Then you can just run that, which will be just given the URL, and you can run in that. So till here we have done, and if I show you my TikTok clone, it should be just ready here. This is the Firebase window, and there it is, our TikTok clone. You can see it is now ready. We are just getting many of the TikToks here, and now it is just ready. You can see how cool looking is our TikTok clone. You can see we are also getting the corner accounts. You can just take that. You can see how good looking is that. You can also follow someone by going to following. Then you can just move here, and you can also upload anything by just log in and then upload. If I just log in here, so it will be asking you to log in with any of your account here if you are having. You can also sign up here by pressing that. You can see that here it is, and if I press that, so it will be given many options here to sign up. You can see how cool looking is that. If I press login here, you can see you can log in that also. Then from here, if I press, it will be just asking to upload, but for that you have to log in that or sign up. Then you can just work with that, and you can see many of the TikToks here of many people who have just uploaded here, and you can see how cool looking is that. So like that, you can just build your own TikTok clone in React.js, and I hope you also enjoy this clone like in general previous clones and projects and many other things which I have just made of previous languages. And now I'll be also building up many of the clones in future also, and I hope you'll be enjoy that. Like we are building Python, and I'm telling you like we are focusing on Python, so I'll be just working with Python more, because in that I'll be just working with AI and data science project, which will be also really helpful for you. So just work with that all things. So now just I'll be meeting you in next clone. So for today, good.